Hi, I'm Mon Cha Cha and welcome to the Mon Cha Cha Chronicles. Today we're going for a walk around the Melbourne suburb of Travancore. Where? You've never heard of Travancore? Don't worry, neither had I until I met a lady who lived in Travancore. So Travancore is an inner city suburb located approximately 5 kilometres northwest of the CBD. It is a small, approximately triangular-shaped suburb, and if you look at the map closely, you'll notice that all the street names have an Indian theme. So let's head on in, walk around and take a look. As you look around, you might notice that all the houses are from approximately the same era, from the 1920s and 1930s. Isn't that interesting? Why is this such a small suburb? Why is it called Travancore? Why do the streets have Indian-themed names? And why do the houses all look the same? So off I went to the local library to find out. You know what generation I'm from, don't you? I didn't ask AI or Google, I went to the library. I didn't find very much about the pre-European history of Travancore, but there was quite a lot of detail regarding the European history. Okay, you all ready for a little story time? The first European to own the land that would become Travancore was a man called James Watson. When he bought the land in the 1840s, his business was booming and he had a lot of money. Therefore, he bought a large piece of land and he named the land Flemington. This was after his father-in-law's place of origin in Scotland. However, by 1849, business was not so good and he was forced to sell his land. Flemington was then bought by Hugh Glass. He settled in the area and in 1856 built a large house in the style of an English manor house, which he named Flemington House. Unfortunately for Hugh Glass, over time his business too did not do so well. The creditors were after him, and the bank was threatening to seize all his assets. Luckily, he was smart. He decided to transfer Flemington House and surrounding 95 acres of land to his wife. The house and land transferred to his wife therefore stayed in the family, and the land became what we know as Travancore today, explaining why Travancore is a small triangular-shaped suburb. Hugh Glass died in 1871. In 1895, his wife returned to England, and Flemington House was rented out. Then came the third wealthy European man to leave his mark on Travancore. His name was Henry Madden. Henry Madden was married with 6 children. In 1899, his wife died suddenly, when the youngest child was only a month old. After his wife's death, he decided to move to the Flemington area to be closer to his family. He rented Flemington House from the Glass family, and eventually bought Flemington House in 1907. Henry Madden was a horse trader. He exported horses from Australia to India. He was fond of India, which was not surprising given how successful his business was. After buying Flemington House and the land, he renamed the estate Travancore, after the kingdom in India that he exported his horses to. Starting in 1918, he sold off his land bit by bit for housing developments. These streets in the new estate all had Indian themes like Baroda, Mangalore, Madura, Lucknow and Kashmir. As the land was sold between 1918 and 1926, all the houses were built in this approximate time period. The period features are preserved by heritage overlay, which not only covers the external appearance of the houses, but also some of the trees. The manor house was the last of the estate to be sold. It was sold to the Victorian State Government in 1926. The Education Department then used the house as a special school. It was demolished in the 1940s, and on the site now stands the Royal Children's Hospital Mental Health Service. The only thing that's left of the estate are these iron gates. These were at the front of the original Travancore estate and are now the gates of Flemington Primary School. Oh, one more interesting thing. Why is the main road called Mount Alexander Road when there's no mountain around here? That's because during the gold rush, if you followed this road, you end up in Mount Alexander, the gold fields. Thanks for walking around Travancore with me, and thanks for watching the Munchacha Chronicles. See you next time!